Yeah, when you look at a place like this, it's easy to see machines, tools, storage, yeah, and maybe even some dust. But what I see is a journey, a reflection of growth, learning, struggle, and a quiet place where life just seems to be that little bit better. Yeah, I'm Steve and this is my workshop. It would be really nice to take people on a different kind of workshop tour. One that isn't just me wandering around listing machines. And going through a catalogue of tools. To one that is more about the soul of this place. And how it came to be today, and what it really means to me. Yeah, this workshop might look really polished now, but believe you me, its roots go back an awful long way. Yeah, not to blueprints or dream plans, but to a little 12-year-old boy sitting in a classroom feeling completely lost in most subjects, except for one. Yeah, at school I really struggled with dyslexia in a time when really nobody understood what it was. Yeah, and in the 1970s, it wasn't really something that you got support for. It was more something that you got sadly labelled for. Yeah, I felt out of place, misunderstood, like a feeling like I didn't measure up and that I really never belonged. Yeah, but then one day I walked into a woodworking class and something changed. Yeah, it was a real revelation, like this massive moment of clarity in a world that was like totally confusing to me. Yeah, woodworking was something I could relate to, something I could understand, and surprisingly something that I was actually good at. And my teacher, Mr. Hewit, he saw it in me too, and he encouraged me and gave me confidence and made me feel for the first time that I wasn't broken and that I just really needed a different way to learn. Yeah, that experience stuck with me so much so, in fact, that by the age of 13 I'd built my first workshop in a cold old wash house at the back of our house. It was cold and damp and dusty and full of cracked walls, but to me it was an absolute palace. Yeah, I remember I found an old door for a top and some fence posts, and I made a workbench in the wash house. It was wobbly and uneven, but it was mine, and it was a place just to be myself. It was a place where nothing else mattered really. It was a place to be creative, to have fun, and just be me. Yeah, I'm almost 65 and it's really hard to believe how far I've come. But I always carry that 13-year-old boy with me every time I come into this workshop. That little workshop was more than just a place. It was the start of a lifelong love affair with making. And honestly, it was probably the first place that I ever felt that I really belonged. Yeah, as I got older, with every new house, a workshop seemed to emerge. Whether that was just a couple of old sawhorses and some cheap power tools, or a shed. And as time went by, my skills improved, as did my workshops. Never perfect, but somewhere for me to be me. And then life quickly moved on, and for the first time since the wash house, I found myself without a workshop. And then, as in all good stories, fate had it that we would end up here. When we moved here, this was just a cold, empty, unloved one-car garage. But the maker urge took hold of me again, and I created my workshop here, and that workshop served me well for 4 years. But as I'm sure you know, time doesn't stand still and life moves on. And after the 4 years, it was time to rebuild the workshop. Now, I don't have a dramatic before and after montage, but every improvement was thoughtful. Better lights so I could see better, insulation so I could stay warm in the winter. A place for each tool so I could find it when I needed to find it. But most importantly, it had to be a place that called to me, that invited me in. A place for me to be creative, and a place for me to be me again. Yeah, it took time not just to build the physical space, but for me to learn what I needed from the space. I think you can tell a lot about yourself by the way you organise your workshop. Yeah, I worked hard for 40 years, and I'm now in a position where I can afford some nice tools, and I'm really grateful for that. And I'm also grateful that I've got a great sponsor in PCBWay. Yeah, PCBWay are great really. They provide a whole range of services, including CNCing and 3D printing. And they have such an easy website to use. You just upload your file, choose your materials and the finishes that you want. If you're happy with the quote, they'll make it and then they'll deliver it straight to your door. And alongside that, they have fantastic customer services. They really are nice people, so go and give them a look. Yeah, they're well worth a go. Yeah, woodworking teaches you lots of things that you don't expect to learn, such as the grain doesn't always go the way that you want it to, either in woodworking or in life. That mistakes will happen and they'll continue to happen, but you learn from them and you move on. and that sometimes fixing a problem takes an awful lot more skill than avoiding it in the first place. Woodworking has not only brought me joy, it's taught me lots of things. Patience, humility, resilience, and it's taught me that you don't just build things in a workshop, you build character. Yeah, I've had days where nothing's gone right. I've questioned my ability, I've thought about giving it all up, but I've always found my way back. Because I'm not just building furniture, I feel like I'm rebuilding myself. Yeah, it's not just a garage, is it, or a workshop. For me, it's a sanctuary. It's a place where I come to grow and reflect and remember that progress, real progress, takes time, and that I've got an awful long way to go, really. Yeah, this workshop is still evolving, just like me. It's not finished, it's not flawless, but it's full of meaning. Yeah, it's a space that gives me clarity and chaos. It's a place for me to step away from the noise of the world and reconnect with myself. And that's the most important thing. Final words. For me, a workshop is never finished. It just keeps on becoming, and so do we.